Have you ever heard someone say they can't start their morning without their coffee? Now, I personally don't like to start my morning with it, but I can see the appeal. It's a nice warm thing to have in the morning, and a lot of people will add flavorings to it so it's not so bitter for them. Now, how many people actually drink coffee in the morning? Around 63% of Americans will have a cup of coffee every morning. Some will have 3 before noon, and that totals to about 400 million cups a day. Now, as the year goes on, that number rises quite a bit, up to 164 billion cups every year. Now, you may think that it's from influences like big brands of coffee. Folgers is a very popular American coffee brand, and if you've ever watched TV, you've probably heard the saying from Folgers. It's the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Now, I don't think that big brands have anything to do with the love of coffee. Coffee has something called caffeine, which is a central nervous system stimulant that has some effects on the body. It's absorbed through the liver in about 45 minutes, but you could start feeling the effects in about 20. Those effects are increased alertness, increase in energy, and an increase in focus. But if you go over your daily recommended value via the FDA, those effects could quickly turn negative. Now, if you're a healthy adult, you probably want to stay within 300 milligrams a day if you're healthy. Now, some underlying conditions could cause you not to have that much because it can have a negative effect on your health. Now, if you're a healthy kid, let's say 12 and under, you probably want to stick to about 100 milligrams a day. Now, if you stay within your daily recommended value, there's a lot of benefits that you could get from the caffeine. And these can be broken into 2 categories. You got your mental pros and your physical pros. Your mental pros are ones we mentioned earlier, like increased energy, increased alertness, and increased focus. Caffeine also has a positive effect on the thermogenic effect of your body, which is the process of the body breaking down the food you eat into macronutrients, which you can then use for energy. Another one is that it can reduce your risk for gallstones. Now, it doesn't mean if you're going to drink coffee, you're never going to get a gallstone. It's just caffeine, it can greatly reduce your chances of getting gallstones. Another positive effect of caffeine is you can use it as an appetite suppressant. So if you're trying to lose weight, it's going to keep you fuller for a long part of the day. Now, one of the most well-known physical effects of caffeine is its use for athletic performance. Caffeine can greatly increase someone's athletic performance because of their increased energy, their increased alertness, and their increased focus. Now, with that being said, all those benefits sound amazing, but there are also a lot of cons to drinking caffeine in high dosages. You can develop a dependency, it can increase your heart rate, which is not good for someone with underlying heart conditions. It can decrease your quality of sleep and decrease the quantity of your sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're probably going to be tired in the morning, which is going to make you want to drink caffeine again throughout the day. But caffeine causes low quantity and low quality of sleep. This is the vicious cycle called the sleep sandwich. Now, the cycle of that sleep sandwich can directly influence dependency. A dependency is when someone needs something to function. And a common signs of caffeine dependency is failing to cut back your intake, continues to use after seeing the negative effects of it, and withdrawal symptoms. These withdrawal symptoms can range from headaches to drowsiness to feeling foggy in the head. And people can feed their dependency quite easily. Roland Griffiths said caffeine is the world's most commonly used stimulant, and it's cheap and readily available so people can maintain their use of caffeine quite easily. Now, that's really true. Most of you probably have coffee sitting at home ready to drink to make on the counter. Now, with all these effects being said to you, you have to make sure that caffeine is right for you. Not everybody can drink caffeine the same as the next person. One person might have to have 50 milligrams. One person might have to have 300 milligrams to get the full benefit. You just have to see if caffeine is right for you. And always make sure you talk with a doctor before ingesting anything like caffeine.